Hey, welcome to Sit Down Comedy tonight. Give these musicians a clap. They're doing a nice job. I don't know if you all know it, but this is a historic night. The first meeting of the North Korean dictator and President of the United States took place. It apparently was a quick meeting, and from what I can gather, the news media is not saying much about it, so it must have gone very well, because they like to bash the current president that we have. And I was in court today. Have you ever gotten to that point in your life where you do not care if people don't like you? Anybody here gotten to that point? You don't care if people don't like you? I haven't. If you like me, it's cool. If not, you know what I want to say to the sheriff: F you. You know? That's what they tell Trump at the whatever that thing was with Niro. What's that guy's name?
Yeah, that's it, Niro.
Yeah, he's crazy as hell, man. All my friends are nasty and freaky, including Angelo. Then there is me, an angel from above. You may find better than I, worse than I, but never someone like me. I just thought I'd let you all know. And 11-year-old was found she was growing, and this is, you know, this happens to kids. She was growing hair. My monkey's eating bananas. Mom passed out at the breakfast table. Unbelievable. You know, kids nowadays, you never know what they're gonna say. I realize that I'm not right in the head. You know, most of you know that already. But, you know, I've gotten to be okay with that. Don't walk a mile in my shoes, especially if your feet stink. I spent 30 seconds in my head and just totally freak out. You're not gonna believe this. You see my shoes are black. One of my roommates got black shoes just like mine. Yesterday morning I go to work and I'm trying to put my feet in my shoes and it won't fit. And it was really tight. And then here comes my roommate from running, all sweaty and everything. And I said, "Are you wearing my shoes and I happen to be trying to put on your shoes?" And I started to stick my feet in his shoes, and it is hot. His feet, and it was wet. And I said, "You son of a gun." Never mind. I'm going to have meetings at my house, and anybody here OCD? Okay, that's cool. For OCD people, I don't have it, never did, but we're looking for a way to get my house clean. Do you care about people that you lose, that you don't like, or want to, and you don't want them in your life? I've lost people that have meant the world to me, and I'm doing pretty good, I think. California, it's crazy. They are saying now it's okay to expose people to HIV. It's no longer a felony. And STDs in LA are skyrocketing. Officials think it's racism and a stigma may be to blame concerning that. That's true. This is really freaky. If you're funny, you're 75% more attractive. Beauty fades, but sarcasm, that shit's forever. Just remember that. Jewelry in a jewelry store, car commercials, Lexus, Christmas, get the woman of your dreams. You know, for the Lexus commercials, they're using, like, you get a new car instead of a diamond ring at the same time. And they say diamonds are forever. The Lexus is not. So, but you know, if you think about it, that's the way they got men to buy women diamonds, saying diamonds are forever. You got to get your woman one. Well, shit. I got my girl styrofoam. That shit lasts too, forever, and it floats. You know, it's cheaper, and when you go swimming, in the summer in the pool, you can't lose it. It stays right on top. Or the lake, you see it floating out on the lake. You can get them a big one. It's really cool. They have charm bracelets now that are wine bottles. I kid you not. You fill it up with wine. It's a big bracelet, and it's got a top on top. And you just suck it up. Chocolate. Now they have these ugly diamonds. They're brown, and someone's they were pushing. How in the world are we going to get rid of these stones? No one wants them, and they call them chocolate diamonds to promote them. Ugly brown diamonds. Ladies love chocolate. Now people are buying these ugly diamonds. I gave this beautiful woman a note, coupon. I don't know if you can see it, but it was so long across the page, I had to fold it in half. I didn't realize it, and I said, this coupon is good for 1 wild night of anal. And she read it, and she goes, oh my God, this sounds exciting. I was surprised, her eyes just lit up. I said, hold on, honey, you need to open the whole leg. No, it says this coupon is good for 1 wild night of analytical conversation. I'm trying to be a beast, you know. I spent 50% of my money on women, gambling, drinks, food, and eating out and coming to open mic. The other 50% I wasted. Blessed are the hair designers, for they bring out the beauty in others. I'm glad there's so many beautiful people here tonight.
Yeah. Best set I've ever seen, Marshall.
Great.
Amazing.
I'm glad you liked it. Angelo, I'm glad you made it tonight. You're the man.
Thanks. Yeah, don't say my name. I'm just kidding.
Forgive me.
I'm just kidding.
Joe. This is a funny story. Well, not really funny. It was another.
Should have been in the show.
Yeah, my mom's husband died, and she calls me at 1:30 in the morning. She lives in Louisa. Says, honey, can you come? I need you to be with me tonight. Says my husband Ray just died. So I said, Mom, I'll be right there. This is about a 2-hour drive. Get in the car, and I have a little, I think it was a Geo Spectrum, a little tiny car. I'm doing 120 miles an hour up and down the hills to Louisa, and there's no one on the road. And all of a sudden, these hills, here's this hill, and I come to the bottom of the hill, and someone's on the bottom of the other side. He's got flashing blue lights, and I pass him. I said, oh, thank God he's going the other way. He must be doing an emergency down that way. I look in the rear view mirror and I see him making a U-turn at the top of the hill. I said, oh crap, he's coming back my way.
And you could be arrested for that, especially in Virginia, for going that fast.
Yeah.
That's not even a ticket.
And so he's following me, and there's nowhere to pull off on this little road. So, you pull off on the shoulder, you might flip your car over. So I finally find a space about 2 miles down the road where I pull off, where he can pull in behind me. And he says, why do you take so long to pull over? Did you see me behind you? I said, yes, sir. That's why I was going so slow on that. He said, well, I want to thank you for slowing down for me. Appreciate that. So I wasn't sure if I was going to catch you or not. I said, I understand. And he said, are you in a hurry or something? I said, yes, sir. I said, my stepfather just died, and my mama asked me to come. I said, if you would, I'll tell you the address and you can lead the way for me. And he said, no, I'm going the other way. I said, well, why'd you turn around? He said, because you were doing 1 mile under reckless. And I said, really? I said, I know I wasn't doing 1 mile under reckless. He said, yeah, you were. I said, I'll write you a ticket. I said, anyway, you can waive that ticket tonight. He said, this is, an emergency for my mom. And he says,
wait, were you going a lot faster?
Huh?
Were you going a lot faster than that?
Hey, I can't tell you that.
Oh.
But I know that's not true, going 1 mile under reckless. And he said, no, man, says, I got this new VASCAR unit. You're the first one I caught on it. I said, well, you don't have to be so excited about it. I mean, he was just jumping up and down, tickled to death. He said, I can catch you going around a curve, up a hill, down a hill. And it says, I can catch you all sorts of ways with this thing. And he said, I said, it was calibrated this morning. I got all the paperwork on it. It's
certified, you know, to go, and I'm a little excited. And I said, you think you can just give me a warning tonight? And he says, no, can't do that. Just can't do that. And so he goes and writes the ticket, and he brings it back. And I said, I have to sign this thing even though I know it's not true? He says, yes, if you don't. I said, I have to take you to jail. I said, and I said, I hate to do that. And I said, yeah, I'd hate for that too. I said, I'll go ahead and sign it, but I want you to know it's not right. He said, you keep saying that. And I said, yes, sir, I do. And he said, well, come back here. He shows me in the car. He's doing, he said, this is speed. He's pointing at the thing. He said, this is speed I'm going. I was doing 84, and you were doing 14 miles over the speed limit. You were doing 69. I don't know the lyrics to. And I said, why are you speeding? He said, I'm the sheriff. I'm allowed to speed. I said, well, I think that's breaking the law, but I'll let it go this time. And he said, but you keep saying that's. I said, I know that's not right. And I said, you sure that's not me doing 84? He said, no, that's me doing 84. You're doing the 69. And he said, you keep saying that. Why do you keep saying that? That you know you weren't doing a mile under reckless. I said, sir, I know I was doing a whole lot faster than that. He said, good golly. He said, I've been doing this for 30 years. You're the first honest person I ever stopped. And we go to court. I had prepaid legal, and they're supposed to help you. And I said, do you think we can get out of it since didn't take my car to see if they calibrate the odometer? Maybe the odometer was off or something. He said, yeah, you could do that. Says, but it's not going to change how fast you were going. And he said, and I said, well, do you think we could postpone it? You know, maybe he won't show up the next time. He said, no, this guy has been doing this for 30 years. He's never been late for a court date once. And I said, well, you're with prepaid legal. Says, you ought to be able to do something to help me out. And he says, there's nothing I can do. I said, well, go over and talk to him, see if he would reduce the speed limit so I get fewer points and less of a fine. He said he's not going to do it. I said, well, at least go over and ask him. So he goes all the way across the room, ask him. And the sheriff looks over and sees me, and he looks up at the lawyer and said, yeah, he'd do it. And he comes back, he says, I'm shocked. He's going to do it. The judge, he tells the judge, he said, I'd like to lower the speed limit for this man and give him less points and a lesser fine.
The recorded speed, you mean? Not the speed, the recorded speed. You mean the speed he clocked you at, not the speed limit, right? Okay.
Yeah, the record what he caught me for, and he said, why would you like to do that? He says, well, Your Honor, I think you should ask him. He's the first honest man I ever caught, you know, in 30-some years. And he says, you said, you sure you didn't lower it so he wouldn't get a reckless ticket already? He said, no, sir, you know I go by the book. He said, yeah, you do. And he says, oh, but he didn't think he was doing 14 miles over the speed limit. And he said, why didn't you think you were doing 14 miles over the speed limit? I said, Your Honor, I thought I was going a whole lot faster than that. And the courtroom just broke out laughing, and just says, I see what you mean. Yeah, we'll reduce it.
Marshall, everybody.
Okay, good night.
Like the video, favorite, subscribe, comment, share it with a friend, and keep watching for more.
Okay, bye.